All right. Here we go. Back with another episode. I'm clapping because I'm kind of proud of these guys. They did their thing. They holding it down for the East Coast. For those, for my listeners, for my viewers of the NEO HipHop who doesn't know, I'm on the East Coast. New York City, baby, Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? That's one state. New York City, New York, Connecticut. That's one state. Yeah, so I'm clapping because I'm proud of these guys. One is from New York City, Harlem. Sometimes he represents Queens. You know how we do. We represent the borough where we get the most love. You feel me? For me, it's BX. Shout out to Queens though. My sister and all that out there. Person alongside with him, his partner alongside this project is from Philly. I believe the north side of Philly. Shout out to North Philly. I heard that on the tape. You know what I mean? You know, they represent where they come from through the music. But yeah, if y'all ain't know by now, which I probably don't, because the drop was a surprise to me. You know what I mean? The drop for the project was a surprise to me. I did not expect Davies and Young Chris to be dropping a project. You know, maybe I missed the announcement. It could have just been me. I am a non-expert. Could have just been me. But maybe I missed the announcement. But yeah, Davies and Young Chris got a project out. Keep clapping. I'm feeling it. It's called Fine Dining. You know what I mean? It's called Fine Dining, and they got busy on it. They ate. You know what I'm saying? You know how everybody saying they ate. Everybody going like this? You know what I'm saying? They ate on that shit. I really don't be talking like that. I'm just doing that for this. Anyway, yeah. So I think they did a spectacular job. I'm gonna jump right into it. I think they did a spectacular job. If you are one of those people who say the East Coast, New York City, Philly, Connecticut, Jersey, all of us, you know, all of us over here. If you're one of those people that say that we've lost our sound and the East Coast don't really have a sound right now, then this tape is what you need to be listening to, because they embody the East Coast sound. They embody the New York, Philly sound. You know what I mean? When you think about East Coast music, nowadays your thoughts might run across the little drill niggas. That's not East Coast music. You know what I'm saying? East Coast music is not, oh, we popping pills and we dead in the parties and backdooring. You know what I'm saying? Backdooring friends and shit. And, you know, stepping on everybody. Like, that's a part of the life. Don't get me wrong. That is a part of the life. It doesn't represent everybody's story, everybody's, you know, struggle out here. Because that's what hip-hop is. Hip-hop is just, you know, us expressing our struggle and overcoming stuff. And, you know, doing it in a flashy way, saying, hey, look, this is what I've been through, and this is where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? You could do that shit too. That's basically what hip-hop is, and that's basically what these two brothers did on Fine Dining. I got my notes here. You know, I always got my notes. Never fronting like I ain't got notes. You know, so I'm just going to double back on that. Surviving urban dangers, elevating beyond expectations, dedication to their roots, risk-taking, all that and more encompasses what these two brothers talked about on this project. They did a great job going back and forth. Davies and Young Chris did a great job going back and forth. Young Chris, you know what? Shout out Young Chris. Shout out. Let's just get that out the way. Shout out Young Chris, because that nigga nice. That nigga nice. You feel what I'm trying to say? Like he held that shit down. One thing I was impressed about on this is the delivery. His delivery on this through every track. His delivery on every track is fire. His delivery, his metaphors, some punches were better than others. Some punches hit, you know, just like some of them ran with the words. That was part of his delivery, so you gotta catch them, you gotta listen. Some of them weren't weren't labeled with the like, and, or as, or then. You gotta listen. You know what I mean? He did a great job at that. His cadence on tracks, what the beat called for him to do, he did that. He attacked when he needed to attack, and he laid back when he needed to lay back, but always he delivered. I ain't even gonna hold you, he delivered. I would say one thing that Young Chris, his metaphors are sometimes old school, because, you know, Young Chris, Young Gunners, if y'all ain't know, you know, by now y'all know I'm talking about Young Gunners. Shout out to Young Gunners. Shout out to this Young Gunner. Young Chris, he was so yeah, so some of his metaphors may, if you're a little younger, and if you're my age too, you're just gonna, you know, it's not gonna take you back. You know, it's not gonna surprise you, but it's gonna pop in your head like, oh yeah, that's an old school metaphor right there. You know what I mean? I caught that ball. He said something about like grandmama and balling. You know, kids ain't gonna really know who grandmama is. You know what I mean? Like they they probably think I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, some like grandmother and shit like that. You know what I mean? But to me, it was fire. And you know, but anyway, it all meshed into him doing this thing. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I give Young Chris his thing. I text my boy. Matter of fact, I text Cinco this morning showing him like the thumbnail for this episode. He like, damn, I didn't even know these niggas dropped the project. Then he's like, Young Chris, like young, like you know what I mean? Like, so shout out to Young Chris, you did your thing. But back to both of them though. Both of them did a great job with the double entendres. Oh my god, Dave East is like a fucking double entendre slayer. Like that nigga, like he be killing the double entendres. Like I think one that just pops up in my head like quick. I think he was like, this is not verbatim, but he said something like, I'm chefing up like the nigga from Staten Island, like something like Ghost. I'm chefing up like you know, some shit like that. But basically he was saying, shout out to Ghost. That's one bar from saying with the chef, and then say he cooking up right now, like, and that's two. And that's just a real simple double entendre. You know, that was the first one. That's the only one that popped in my head. I listened to the project about like 3 times, and that was one that stuck with me real quick. But both of them did their thing on double entendres. The delivery, the bars, the punchlines, all that. I got wordplay, lyrics, delivery, cadence. All that is fire. The beats. Shout out to the producers. I was looking online trying to find some producer names. I couldn't find everything I could. Maybe because this is a new project. Maybe because it's a project that you know, they put out independently. I'm not sure, but I couldn't find a lot of information on this. Producers I did get on there. On the Pablo and Gunna track, AAA produced that. That's fire. I seen the video. I think that's perhaps the single they went with. Ain't Adding Up. It was produced by Pop Tracks. Yeah, Ain't Adding Up. And that one was fire. Ain't Adding Up is fire. Yo, on the Ain't Adding Up track, that's number 4. Young Chris, he gave us the Is That Your Bitch? Remember from Hove? They gave us that flow, and he bodied it. Like he bodied it. I ain't gonna hold you. Ransom, I'm just real quick on third. The third song, Kiss the Sky, Ransom delivers a fire ass verse. Every time Ransom is on one of these projects, I ain't gonna hold you. I make it a point to pick him out because Complex just recently came out with top 50 MC, you know, in New York City. Now, there's a couple issues with that. One issue is them not knowing MC Moeblak, me, and them not putting me on the list. They put Ice Spice over the list of me. This is a fucking problem. But you know, we're gonna talk about that later. Anyway, y'all not putting Ransom on that fucking MC list? I can't. So I can't go for that. So it's like slander to some of the best NYC, you know, MCs. Y'all could have put Ron Browse on that list before Ice Spice. But you know, again, so this is why shows like this is why I exist. You know what I'm saying? This is why non-expert opinion hip hop exists. So we can shout out, give the real love. You know, you get real love from real people who appreciate hip hop, not just the ones who scoring it, but about popularity and shit like that. So Ransom, fire verse. You know what I'm trying to say? He said there's many ways you would kiss the sky, the quick as the grave. You gotta listen to him. This man is always dropping knowledge, always dropping gems. He's like an OG. He is an OG in the game. One of those that New York City has, and you know what I'm saying, man needs his flowers. Shout out to Ransom. Back to Dave East on what you call it. I wanted to get to Dave East on She Choosing. Woo! Let's get to Dave East and what you call it? Let's get to Dave East and Young Chris on She Choosing featuring El Camino. Now, another thing, right? I tried to look up the samples for these songs because there's like 3 or 4 that just stick out to you, but I didn't know the name and shit like that. But again, because this is probably an independent, you know, project, I wasn't able to find the sample information that I was looking for. Maybe it'll come out later, but right now it's no. AI said it was none. You know, I even used AI to find it, but go check that out. Go check out She's Choosing, featuring El Camino, Dave East and Young Chris. That's a good song. I believe they got 3 songs on here that could have been like good leading singles, and this is one of them. This is a good single. If this was the time where hip hop and the rap game was being appreciated for its versatility, its combination of the 2 R&B and rap, You know, we remember we had a big what you call it? We had a few years of hip hop where that was just much appreciated. If this was that time, then this would be a hit. She Choosing would be a hit. Another hit on there is Get That Money. Woo! That's my shit right there. That's number 8. And I'm gonna tell you, this Fine Dining is only 8 tracks. It's only 8 tracks. You know what I'm trying to say? So, and if you see my other reviews, my latest reviews, you know I love the shorter rap projects now. And I'll explain why, but maybe in another episode. But I love the shorter rap projects now. Especially when they hit like this. Every beat is like consistently good, consistently fire. All the bars are consistently fire. Deliveries, everything, the hooks, very creative, consistently fire. And then it leads to a good outro. Get That Money is a good outro. It has a sample, get that money. Get that money. That shit is fire, y'all. Go check that out. That's one of the hits I think, you know what I'm trying to say, they could have went with. But I'm glad they didn't, though. I hope they dropped the video if they haven't already. Remember, I'm a non-expert, so I may be behind a little bit. I don't know. But if they didn't, though, they need to, because this shit is fire. You know what I'm trying to say? We Won't Stop was fire. Big shout outs to New York City. They did their thing. Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, Bronx. What's the other one? Brooklyn. Oh, man. Yeah, shout out to the 5 boroughs. Shout out to North Philly. They did their thing. They held it down for their roots on this one. You know what I'm saying? I was feeling that. Again, this is a great body of work. Is this a no-skip tape? Yes, it is. I believe this is a no-skip tape. Yep, this is a no-skip tape. Because for what it is, a rap project, a quick rap project, a small rap project, you know what you gonna get for these brothers. You know what type of stuff they're gonna talk about, how they're delivering, and they did it well. They gave us what they're known to do well. They gave us that, everything from surviving, urban dangers, like I mentioned earlier, to like just overcoming, life, jail, drugs, family members going through the shits, friends dying, all that other stuff. That's what the East Coast is about. That's what hip hop basically started from, talking about our problems. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't always about party, and it wasn't always about partying. But the ones in the '80s, they definitely was, pop locking and shit. They was partying to the, But times got serious. You know what I'm trying to say? And even them brothers started to talk about what the fuck they was going through. Fight the Power. Remember that? That came right after the fucking, I'm trying to say, the pop locking and shit, because we needed another outlet, and we needed another way to express ourselves and express more. Basically, we needed to express more to get us where we needed to go, and this project right here does that. You know what I'm saying? So if you are appreciative of current East Coast music, go check out Dave East and Young Chris's Fine Dining. I'm telling y'all, that's interesting. I don't feel like it's a 9 or a great, but I can't pinpoint what would make it a 9 or a great. Maybe different features, like female artists, R&B artists would have been nice. Some of these tracks, they did a great job. And with that, I'm going to raise it to 8.5. I'm going to raise it to an 8.5 because I think it's really for like the project, what it is, like a rap hip-hop project. I think it hits. It hits. It doesn't miss. And this is like, you can listen to the 8 tracks straight through. I listened to it 3 times, 4 times already. You can listen to it, they all bump. Yeah, I would say 8.5. I'm gonna change that to an 8.5. I'm gonna stick it there. And I'm gonna say the only thing that's really missing from it is like different voices. Because just like Lloyd Banks, Dave East has a thing where he surrounds himself with rappers and stuff that sort of talks about the same stuff, which is cool. You want people that relate to you, but then they kind of mesh and they kind of sound the same, and they kind of dulls it out after a while. So, I think they had like 3-4 features on there, and besides the El Camino, he was like the different one. But the Ransom and the I think his name is Crutch Calhoun, they were sort of like the typical ones that you would know these brothers to be around and stuff like that. So I would just say that would have made it a greater project if you would have gave at least 1 or 2 more features that we didn't expect. We already didn't expect Young Chris. Honestly, we didn't expect Dave East and Young Chris for the project. A lot of us didn't, you know. So I did, you know. So the more of the wow effect would have been cool. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's my time right there, man. Youngest father of rap, MC Moeblak, episode 4, Fine Dining by Dave East and Young Chris. NEO Hip Hop, y'all. You already know. Follow us everywhere at NEO the Pod. And when I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. Follow us. Follow me at MC Moeblak or Bodega Black. Anywhere and everywhere. You know what I'm trying to say? Look me up. Till next time. Appreciate you. Love. Peace.